Food, dancing, music. Did I already say food? I'll say it again. These are some of the many things that take place at the Hmong New Year celebration. Even more awesome is all the cultural experiences that happen during the whole celebration, which in the past we used to last for almost 10 days, but because of America's 40-hour work week, it has been shortened. This 40-hour work week is a different significant difference between American culture and Hmong culture. In my speech, I will discuss the events that happened in my observation of the celebration, the differences in cultural norms that I observed, my emotional reactions to the event, and comparisons between Hmong culture and my own. I will just start by discussing my interactions at the celebration. Some of the events that I witnessed at the celebration were playing of games between teenagers where they would take a ball and they would stand in two lines, and the males were on in one line and the teenage girls were in another line, and they would throw it back and forth to each other. The significance of this is that in the past, not so much today as with phones and stuff, but in the past, this was one of the only interactions that teenagers would get to have with the opposite sex, and so it was kind of a big deal. There was also plenty of food that I ate. I'm going to be honest, I ate a lot of food there. Between sticky rice and different soups and chicken, it was delicious. And was fun to, I guess, participate in. And there was plenty of music and dancing. I couldn't tell you how many different songs I heard and all the people that were dancing. My participation, basically, I participated in a lot of conversation because while they are of the Hmong culture, they're also American, so they have concerns that share mine, so I participated in quite a few conversations. I also ate a lot of food there. If you get the chance, it's great food. I will say though that there were some events that happened between certain families that I wasn't able to participate in because it was a family only event, I guess. I will now discuss my observations of cultural norms. One norm that I noticed was collectivism between family and friends. Um, they have a talent show at the celebration, and people would go up there and show their talents, and it doesn't matter if they were bad or if they were good. Everybody was just so happy that they showed off and they were applauding and stuff, and just they shared responsibilities, and I guess yeah, that's all I have for that. Cooperation was another one that I witnessed. Everybody worked together to prepare the food, to prepare the music. They all, young and old, they prepared the traditional clothes that they wore, and it was something to behold. A final thing was, then not a second went by that there weren't people talking to each other. They aren't a culture to sit in silence with each other and just share in each other's company. There was a lot of talking, a lot of smiling, a lot of laughing, so just noise and talking in general. After this event, I couldn't help but feel very invited by the culture. I some of my friends are invited me to the celebration, and that's why I went. But it made me feel like family, and I wasn't uncomfortable at all. A little bit at first, but after a while, I just fit right in. Made me feel like it was part of my own family. This culture differs from my own in that the collectivism that they showed, like I said earlier, with the sharing and supporting of each other, that's not something that totally happens in in American culture, and we could probably do with a little bit more of that, to be honest. But that's not something that we always. It's kind of individualist living in America, whereas their culture is very family oriented, and very loving and stuff. The talking is another thing. At least in my culture, at least in my family and my culture, we tend to sit in silence with each other, and if we don't have much to say, I tend to stray away from just saying anything that comes to my head. So all the talking versus silence was a big thing that I noticed was different from my own culture. And like I said, the cooperation is kind of a group mentality where everybody chips in, everybody has their own part to do, and they all help each other to accomplish that. This experience was good for me. I would definitely consider doing it again. As I said, Hmong culture is very significant differences with American culture. They play games and music to celebrate their New Year's. I They have a very cooperative and collective society as opposed to our own. Um, I was very happy with my experiences, and as I said, the difference between our culture as far as the group mentality versus individualist society is a very big difference. I guess I would just say if you've never tried it, the old saying goes, "Don't knock until you try it," and in this case, that's a very apt analogy. If you've never tried it, do it. You may not know. You never know what might happen when you do. Thank you.